Today I'm gonna show you how to build a Lego minifigure habitat. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, back to my series of minifigure habitat. Here we have the latest one that was from Star Wars The Mandalorian with Bo-Katan and Grogu. Now let's move completely and we are gonna be something more in a farm style. So here we have one sort of farmer minifigure. And here we have our 8x8 base, but actually the star of this build is gonna be this Scarecrow minifigure that come from the Lego Movie 2 from 2019. So here you can see I have my Dark 10 8x8 base, and I already had some of this 1x2 with the holes. This one you will see later in a moment, and here we have all the olive green details. We are gonna bring it up a little bit to add a little bit more of interesting details to this sort of farm territory, and then one more jumper here. Now, why do we have all these holes? Is because I'm gonna build a wheat field. So what I did, this is a very common technique used by many, for example, castle medieval builders to create wheat field. So you have one bar on top of which you put one of these tan Technic pins. And now I'm just sliding this in, creating my pattern of wheat. You can use, for example, here I'm using a different kind of pin. You can put them at different height. You can put them higher, lower. If you have a little bit of additional pieces, you could even consider to put some of these that go on a slight angle, to make everything a little bit more interesting. So now you can already see a little bit the pattern. Now, because I don't have that many of these, I need to get a little bit creative. So these are the ones that I have enough for. Here I have a white one to which I'm gonna add a pin on top because it's gonna be mostly hidden behind. And then I use some other combination of other parts and other Technic pins to add a little bit of extra details in the background. So for example, here we have another of this 1x1 rounded, on top of which I'm gonna put this Technic pin, and then also some bricks at the back. Anyways, the same color is gonna fill a little bit the background. At the back I'm gonna build the walls, so I went with a olive green and sand green background for the lower part, and then I transition on top to a sky, and same thing happening on the other side. Of course I make a mistake and I need to remove this one, slide it a little bit because this is a minifigure habitat, so we need to be able to connect it to others. Now let's bring the star of the show, that is the Scarecrow. I raise it up a little bit so that it can come out of the wheat field, and you can see here I use a technique that I showed before on the channel. So I remove the arms and I run a elastic band, a Lego elastic band through, so that the two elastic bands come out on the side and they can hold the arm in different position. So I switch them out. So now it's like with arms out, something that of course a regular minifigure cannot do. And then we are going to connect this to the jumper down there at the bottom in the center. And now we have our Scarecrow coming off over the wheat field. Over here, I want to add a little bit of details. So I thought I could add some clouds there. You might remember in one of my past builds, I create a sort of cloudy storm in a minifigure habitat. Actually, that was a micro scale habitat. I recommend you check it out. But you can keep it simple and just use one of these cloud pieces. We're gonna connect to the modified brick there at the back. And over here I wanted to create a sun. This time I tried to use one of these power blast thingy behind a regular rounded tile to create a sort of sun effect. But I'm not super sure about this. From this perspective, look very nice. Not much for the side because it's too big, it's too deep. I think that maybe actually a yellow tile instead of orange might work better. Now, of course, this is nice, but we need to add details and we need to add colors. So over here you can see I have a modified plate so that we can connect something over there. So here I have wheelbarrow, to which I'm gonna connect one side into that. So let me see if I can find the right angle. I'm gonna push it down, and then these are gonna allow me to have this on a slight angle and twist it around a little bit. And we can also have a mice, we can have a rat coming here in front of this to allow me to keep this at a different angle. And then just to add another splash of color, again here orange, we add a pumpkin with some more wheat in the wheelbarrow over here, in any combination. I put this on the side because I didn't want the orange to be under the orange, so this is filling up the build a little bit better. And now we can bring in this farmer. This is not an official minifigure. What I did, I really wanted to use this hair piece. I really like this hat that I think fits very well in this theme. So because of this, I decided to go for a female minifigure, a female farmer with some accessory. Gonna connect this on the jumper, and this we can bring it down a little bit, twist it a little bit. So I think we succeed in creating a very nice, interesting minifigure habitat filled with many details, even if in a very small 8x8 space like this one. Now, just for comparison, let's bring in some other minifigure habitat. So here we see next to the Star Wars one, but maybe we can try also to bring, since we are talking about farm, similar theme was my micro scale paddy field. We can put them next together. You can see the sky also is matching color, and on top we can add the Star Wars Mandalorian one. So here we have a start of a pyramid, a stack of minifigure habitats. I'm gonna work soon also again on my micro scale habitat. I have a couple more of these in mind, so I will be able to show you one day a completed stack of 10 micro scale habitat. Now guys, I hope you like this video. Let me know what you think about this last scarecrow one, and if you like minifigure habitat, I recommend you to check out my playlist of micro scale habitats as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao ciao!